Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing an end of month flip for my Louis Vuitton large ring or GM agenda. So this is my project planner is what I've decided to call it, and it's been a perfect project planner. So I really think that I don't know what happened, but I got into like compact size for my like schedule, and I kind of just been riding that wave until I want to move things back into a larger like planner. For the most part, ever since I got this planner, this has been my main planner, and I thought like there was a likelihood, right? Of course, there's always likelihood on this channel that something's going to change, but like I thought there's going to be a stronger likelihood of me going back to using this as my main planner. I thought I would really want to have my weeks back into an A5 size, but they've been doing really good in A6, and I don't see myself like changing from that because it's just been working so well. And I just love having this as just a project planner. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys and what, like the changes that I've made, because it has changed since the original setup for the beginning of the year, which, you know, we expected because it's me, and also because I was like debating on what to like use each new planner for, because I did end up buying 3 new planners at the end of the year. So let's go ahead and go in through the flip. I will say I did have my planner system video up first this week. That's something that's changed. So I do use multiple planners in my system if you are new to this channel, and I always try and do a planner system update if things change. Again, my planner system has changed, so I did have that update from the beginning of the year. It's also kind of like a check-in from what I'm using, and then that goes into details on like how I use this with other planners, like the specifics of the other ones and how they all kind of like bridge together. This is going to be the deep dive into how this is actually set up. I might reference the other ones just because I need to, but otherwise like this is just details. So inside of here, I have this 2025 Vellum. Everything will be linked below that I can link from Infinite Lotus. And I love the way it layers on top of my new vision board. So National Vision Board Day, I think was like the second Saturday of January. That sounds right. And I created this on Canva and just printed it out on Infinite Lotus paper. I really like it. I actually got a hard case from Daiso that I'm going to actually put it in, that I'm excited for. But I just created this on Canva. Just look up like different templates if you want to make one. But because this is my project planner where I'm essentially working towards my goals, I thought this was the perfect place to put my vision board. And so my main focus this year is obviously my dissertation. And so I just have motivational quotes on here. I also have just pictures of the PNW because we moved here. I absolutely love it. But all the inspiration from pictures I took from like Pinterest, personal photos, right? Just it's motivating and I love it. But this is the beginning of the planner. And then we go into the project overview itself. So I have this 2025 Vellum so that I can just have a year at a glance. We have the aesthetic dashboard and then the beautiful mountain dashboard from Infinite Lotus. And then we go on to the week on one page inserts. So these are weekly inserts specific to project planning, or just I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. These are not my weekly overviews. So appointments do not go in here. I might put a meeting in here if it pertains to school because my academic section is in here. Otherwise, this is really just me kind of planning out internal deadlines for my dissertation, what I'm working on, right? Like breaking up plans and projects. So inside of here is my academic section, my home projects, professional development, and then just any general projects. But those are the 3 main categories. And so I kind of have that broken down here, right? Oh, and content, sorry. So like for content, I have my content schedule in here too. That has been so beneficial because if I, especially this week, right, where I'm doing all the end of month flips, that's so much to put in one planner and it kind of takes up a lot of space, especially since I'm in those compact views. So I like having this as a dedicated way to plan and then also pre-plan, right? So like if I need to change something, I'm okay with doing that in this planner. This is like me tentatively like setting everything up. And so it kind of changes like based off the week, but like I have my content schedule in here. I put in when I was filming, and then I color coded certain items. I have when I was working on my dissertation, so different things like that. When we needed to remove the holiday decor, which we honestly still haven't done and need to work on. But yeah, each week is something different and based off of what I'm actually working on. So there might be weeks where I don't touch these, and that's perfectly fine. For me, as long as my planner serves its purpose, I I think I get the most value out of it. I don't force myself to use planners. I always recommend don't force yourself to use things that you don't need, right? Like, I know it's a very simple statement, but a lot of people, like I used to do that too. I used to try to force myself to use something when I didn't need to, and it just didn't serve, like it was pointless, right? So if it's blank for a reason, and I'm okay with that, right? Like this is the week that I am currently filming, and my husband and I were off. I didn't really get into like too much planning. Like I was in my schedule planner, but I was working on my dissertation, but there wasn't anything to like pre-plan out in these weeks, and that's fine. So I only used my academic section to take notes and observations for my dissertation. Otherwise, there wasn't anything in here to really plan. However, next week when I go back to like being on the game or on the ball, right, I'll probably come in here and I'll put in like what I need to do and when for my dissertation. And so we have that. If there's anything like large with like content aside from like the schedule, right? Because like as you can see, I didn't put the content schedule in here this week. I only have my plan with, or actually I did, because I only had 2 videos, so that's a lie. So I have the content schedule in here. I haven't added it here yet. I might backdate, but the only thing that came out this week I think is the plan with me. Everything else though, when I'm like filming or figuring out when I'm gonna put up all the end of month videos, that's what will go in here for this upcoming week, and then when I film and different things like that. So again, it varies by week, and it's just for whenever I need it or use it or I'm working on a project. That's what these are for. And so if there's nothing going on with the project, I'm fine with leaving it blank. And then I have the entire year in here, so if I want to pre-plan anything, I can do that, right? Like if I do collaborations, I'll be planning in the future, so having like deadlines and things like that are also helpful. So full year. And then we get into the inbox system. So this is the inbox project system. So Vellum from Infinite Lotus. This is in every single one of my planners because I have an inbox and note section in every single one of my planners. Cloth and paper dashboard. And then this is an inbox insert from Infinite Lotus. And so anything that I want to work on, again, for professional development, home, different things like that, anything that comes to mind, it'll go in here. There's nothing beside my dissertation right now that I'm really like focused on, so that's why it's blank. But once I start working on those things, they'll come in here, and then I can also start pre-planning what I'm gonna do. So I have the project inserts in here, and then I can move this to the appropriate category, which are in the remaining tabs, once it's like ready to like start or work on. But for the most part, again, this is the inbox. So this is everything that might be coming down the pipeline or I want to work on and start pre-planning. So after that, everything gets put into the planner. So this next tab is my academic section. So this hasn't changed if you've seen my main setup. I have my academic overview, my main planner, and so that's going to have high level, project level inserts, so I know like deadlines, due dates. Otherwise, this is like my notes, my observations, details into the dissertation, all like the things that I might need to reference. And this is the part that I was mentioning that I was using when I was working on the study, because this is essentially like a notebook in addition to my project planner, right? So like I'm taking notes for everything. I have the space in here, and I like that it's all together. And then I'm kind of like planning as I'm like writing things down, and it's helping me stay organized and helping me keep everything in one spot. So this is my academic section, and then I just have like random like note inserts in here too, just for anything that I might need to like take a note on. And then the next section is my professional development section. This is actually new. So I signed up for, it's called Data Camp, and so I'm an analyst for those that are new to my channel, and then also a doctoral student, as we just saw. But I like work in SQL and I work in Python, and so with Data Camp, there's like to sharpen my skills, expand my skills, different like lessons essentially that I can take. And so when I start working on those, I have a spot in here for notes, right? Like anything that I want to like take down and work on. Also things that I want to like work through or potentially do, I'm putting in here. So anything that has to do with like my professional development or skill development. And then next is the home projects, right? So we have academic, professional, home. And then again, if I want to maybe like update my office, right? Like redecorate our living room, I would use the project inserts to do that. Why is this not working? Right now it's blank. I don't have anything ongoing, as y'all saw in the inbox, but this is where it would go. I could also use this like insert right to like put in inspiration if I want. I also love that like I get the Infinite Lotus paper, and so if I want to like print out notes for things too, I can throw them in here with A5, and it works out really nicely as well. Or if I wanted to print out like any type of lists or anything that I would need for the home, I could put that in here. As for now, I just have like, this is my bookshelf for my office, like wish list slash like inventory. I have my capsule wardrobe in here that I'm going to be filling out. This is from ROSIE PAPETERIE. Designer wish list that goes with the closet, SLG. This is a wish list again slash inventory. So we have those, and then just additional note inserts and items to work on. And then the last section is a note section slash miscellaneous. So typically things will fall into these 3 categories, but you never know, who knows. I don't have a specific content section in here because that is in my overview agenda. Anything that I need detail wise will go into this planner, but I didn't need it to have a full section in here. I am not that in depth with my content creating, but I just need like a general overview. So literally the content section in here, if y'all didn't see the video, is like anything coming in, right? All the ideas I have for different videos. And then from there, here's this month, things that I want to film this month. And so, and then like kind of like the day of when it goes out. And so I'll reference this when planning things out in here, which I also love. So I don't need to have my content section in here in order to use this for content, right? Like I actually kind of like it this way because that way I can reference all of this really easily when it comes to planning. And I think that's the main thing too, right? So like I said, this is my content overview, and then my finance overview, or my academic overview is in here. And so again, this will have the high level things of like what needs to be done, what tasks need to be created. And so for the most part, when I'm using this planner, I'm using it with this because I'm planning out, okay, well, I need to do this, so let me do it on like this day. Or, you know, let me like pre-do this, right? Like I'm bringing the details into this planner because that's what this is, right? It's a secondary planner to support this one. And it's helping me map out how to essentially get things done, as well as any like additional notes for things that I need based off of like what's in these planners. But I didn't need a specific content section because it just didn't fit in my planner. Like I don't plan things out like that. A general list and plan is all I really need for content. That could change, right? Like that could be like something that I might need to update in the future. But as for now, there isn't anything that I really need to like have in here. The only thing that could potentially change in upcoming weeks is adding consulting in here because I have been getting back into the consulting group that I work for, helping with additional things. But for now, I might just be using these overview inserts because it's really just helping out with random tasks. It's nothing like that I need a dedicated section for. Again, I don't force use on things. If I want to plan something in here, I'll plan it in here, right? But for the most part, I just love how this works, and then the additional like notes and stuff that I have in here. But other than that, that is the setup for this planner, and that is going to be it for this video. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching.